Riders, fans, shorter motos, and why I feel like it should be revised even further. If you were with me at my live stream yesterday, I do it every Thursday at noon for a weekly motocross or just news mashup. And power to everybody in the chat. That was awesome. I was a little biased because I was coming from the perspective of motocross is supposed to be for the hardcore athlete, the nit and gritty. You got dirt in your eyes, sweat pouring down. You can barely hang on to the motorcycle. Just the baddest of the baddest succeed. And that's our perception of the sport. It's kind of been brainwashed into us since, its inception in the 70s. And it doesn't really do as well for protecting the riders. And I know I talk a lot about protecting the riders on my channel. Therefore, I'm kind of rebuttaling my fanniness. I don't even think that is a word, but I just made it a word. My inner biased fan that wants to see these guys go for 30 plus minutes when it's this close of a championship didn't really pertain to what's actually going on. And I still think that them just doing 5 minutes isn't really enough to, I would say, protect the riders, but that's just because, if I have to bitch about something, this is what, makes the most logical sense in my mind, but let's just get into it. So what they did is all they changed was 5 minutes. So on a normal schedule, it starts at 1:15 and goes to 1:50, 1:15 to 1:45, then do 450 slight lap is at 2 o'clock, and then 2:15 to 2:45, so it gives them a little bit extra time, 5 minutes, right, to rest. Actually, no, it doesn't. It just makes the moto shorter. So there's really hardly any change done there. And this is at 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, right? When the weather in Paula is 105 degrees. Okay, that is what they're thinking for Saturday. And the peak of it is between 1 to 4, which is exactly where the schedule is. Could they have tried to move this up? Maybe race on Friday with the qualifying. No, because Friday is registration, team parking, privateer parking, technical control. Potentially could. Everybody's there. Everybody's there on Friday. And then they could have had the motos in the morning, okay, where it's, getting up to 1, right? Or they perhaps move it to 3 to 7, 3:30 to 7:30-ish when it's not near as hot. Okay, that's what I would have done, because if you look at the TV schedule, it's on MAV TV and Flow Racing. Okay, is this just a direct TV kind of an issue where they have to go at this time? Logistically, probably. That's exactly what it is. The show must go on, but if it was really about the riders, is 5 minutes enough if you're worried about heat exhaustion? Because 5 minutes is just 2 laps. 225s is what really the whole field is doing. 224s, maybe 222s, but it's 5 minutes, okay? How fast can you get heat exhaustion? 10 to 15 minutes, and it'll develop slowly over the next several hours or days. So should, by that logic, make it, half, cut it into half to 15 minutes, make it a 250 Supercross main event to help the riders, right? Because 5 minutes is, you're talking, 35-minute moto, times 14% is basically 5. So you're saving 14% time on the track to try to prevent these riders from doing that. I think it's more logistically with everyone, all the teams, the TV crew, everyone. It's really hard to change the schedule to morning or late afternoon, or even, qualifying the day before. I think logistically is just easier to just go 5 minutes, because Josh Litchell, he died because of heat exhaustion in 2011 in a 450 Moto 1 at Redbud. Okay, because of the same thing. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal with the whole heat. I just feel that, potentially there could have been something else that could have changed to make it a little bit more, I don't know, safer for the riders, you know. But logistically, this was the easiest way of going about it, was just 5 minutes. Doesn't really change the schedule. That was the easiest way to go about it. Absolutely easiest way to go about it, as opposed to messing with everything else. You know, the only time I've ever seen motos being cut short like this is because of mud. You've never seen it because of heat. And yes, it is incredibly hot. Going to be hot there. All right. But in the morning or close to the evening, no, just not. Yeah, you'd have to worry about shadows and that sort of thing. You know, that's why the morning probably would have been the best. Move shit to Friday and have it in the morning. I think that would have said more than just barely changing the schedule whatsoever. But anyway, I digress. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this. It's going to be a good race regardless. And yeah, you know, these guys, as much as I don't want to call them machines, you know, the top 10 guys, they are absolutely machines. So I suspect that it's going to be a brutal battle the entire time, where, you know, a typical rider probably at the 10-minute mark in this heat is going to be like, oh shit, you know, I want to give up. Okay. You know, but there's low humidity here. So it's not as if you are in somebody like Redbud, where there's lots of humidity, right? Where it's that sauna air. It's just this dry air, which I feel like is a little bit better. You're in California, you got more oxygen down there as well. You know, I think those are all contributing factors. You know, Loretta Lynd is always incredibly hot because of its 100% humidity type stuff. But here I said I was done with the video, and here I keep talking. But anyway, in the comments below, let me know who you think is going to win. Your thoughts on this. I'll see you next week. Bra da 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 da. Oh.